Hi, welcome to part 2. My camera cut me off because it hates me. So, if you're jumping in from part 1, I was halfway through describing one of the questions from the Q&A section, so I'll quickly go over that again. The system was originally planned to have 60 gigabytes of internal storage, but they've decided to bump that up to 32 gigabytes of storage, which is good news. Still, 32 gigabytes is pretty small, but it's, acceptable. And games are going to be sized between 300 megabytes and 1 gigabyte. That's where we were last time. Sorry that we got cut off again. Really annoying. I might have to start filming 720p just to get these things out in one part because 2 parts is annoying. But enough of that. We've only got a couple more questions, which is what makes this really annoying because it's going to be like a 30-minute part and a 2-minute part. But regardless. The controller was shown fully working. There's going to be a gyroscope, accelerometer, touchscreen. And they're going to have a full deep dive on the controller at a future point, at a future time. So we'll get to see likely a teardown, what's going on inside of it, how everything works, yada, yada, yada. Which is good news, which means we can get even more confirmation that, the thing actually exists and it does work, which is good. And now, the last thing that was talked about was the possibility of physical media, because the whole time that this system has been a thing, I was under the impression that it was just going to be an all-digital box. And I think most people were under that impression as well, because as far as I'm aware, nothing was said on the contrary. And this system really does capture the feeling of the original Intellivision really well from what we've seen. So to see it only use digital kind of was a bit like, it was understandable, of course. Like, I wasn't going into this thing thinking, oh yeah, definitely going to be using physical media. I was expecting digital, but at the same time, it's like, an old digital system doesn't really feel retro. It doesn't feel classic. It feels like, well, a more modern day console, if we're being honest. But apparently, physical media is possible, and it might actually be a thing. If there's going to be physical media on this thing, that would send my hype levels like way through the roof because I love physical media. I'm not a fan of digital games and I despise cloud gaming. I will eventually make a video on that, but I want to be able to get it into one part, so I'm going to have to find out how to do that. I'm going to have to find out how to consolidate everything into one part. But anyway, physical media on any game console is good, and if there's going to be physical media, that will be phenomenal, and I will be way more excited for the system than I already am, which physical media is great. That's bottom line. But that was everything that was discussed. So, time for some final thoughts. The system still interests me, even though I'm clearly not the target market for the thing. Which, is okay. It doesn't have to appeal to me. I can still find enjoyment in it. I definitely am excited for a lot of the games that we're showing off here. And it's different, It's not like the same as what the others are offering. So, I'm always for something that's a little different, So, I'm still fairly optimistic. I'm still really optimistic for the system. Like, I think it's still going to succeed. I definitely think it's going to succeed now, even more than I did before. Because there is definitely a group of people that are still probably looking for something like this. Like, I know, Nintendo tried to capture the casual market again with the Wii U and didn't succeed. But that was poor marketing. The rise of smartphones had taken the casual market away. But honestly, I feel like this system could capture not the exact same success as the Wii. I don't think it's going to be on the same level as the Wii in terms of success within the casual community. But I think it can definitely appeal to that market of people who really like the original Wii. I think it can really break into that market because I feel like there's still a market to be broken into. As for how it will do in the hardcore gamer section, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure if most people are going to be super into the system when it comes out, considering how much of it is geared away from them, if we're being honest. Yeah, the retro games will be good. The retro revivals will probably be good. But then again, people can be picky. It's like, oh, I love Moon Patrol back in the day, but this reimagining is not exactly what I wanted, so I hate it. That's the reality. That sort of thing does happen. So I'm not sure how much success this thing will see outside of the casual scene. But then again, it's not trying to compete in the casual scene, so I don't think the guys over at Intellivision are really bothered what the hardcore section are saying to it, because a lot of hardcore gamers are already pointing their fingers and laughing at the thing, which is a shame, honestly. They're not really giving it a chance. Like, there are people who are just constantly claiming this thing is vaporware, claiming it has no chance. Well, honestly, maybe you're not interested, but the thing is, this thing definitely has a really good chance of being a success. If they could deliver on everything that they've said they're going to bring, then I can't see this thing being a huge failure. So long as it, releases and they keep to the standards that they've set already, I can see this thing being a big success. And I think that's where we're going to leave it here. So, about the same length as the Series X video. Maybe a bit longer. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this, then again, the PS5 and Series X reactions will be linked in probably part 1 and part 2, but I might forget to put it in one part, I don't know. But I should probably have it in, it'll probably be in one of the parts anyway. And there's other videos on the channel talking about video game consoles throughout history, and specific things like why a certain console was successful, why something failed, etc, etc. And then, of course, my most recent video before this one, it was a joke, guys. If you got offended, calm down. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.